In my last video, I looked at how artists render and how young artists will choose, I guess, art parents, if you like. They'll choose those they admire and try and imitate. And if they imitate enough varied artists, they come up with their own unique combination and their own unique style. And when they come up with that unique style, it's just a real joy for an artist to then just leisurely draw, paint, however they do it. They have their own style. It just feels really great. As I flip through the journal of AI images, there's one I've decided I'm just going to play with this. Now, I'm stretching it out from a square to a rectangle. I'm stretching it out, making it different. And the reason I'm doing this is I don't quite trust that AI art is really not breaking copyright. If we look at the Obama Hope posters, we see something which is rendered completely different. You've got a photo on one side, on the other side you've got it screen printed, you've got it different colours, you've got the word hope on it. It does look very different, and yet this is breaking copyright. So how do I know that the image that I'm copying here isn't somebody else's composition? And if it's the same composition and the same subject matter, which is probably pretty rare here, there's just this long shot that maybe I'm breaking some sort of copyright. So I'm stretching it out, which is changing the composition, making it a bit different. Then of course rendering it in my own style to make something which is uniquely mine, but still inspired by the AI. And I'm doing this as an experiment just to see how this process works. Now, normally with a process, you start off with an idea, you do some thumbnail sketches, then you do some studies, some research, then you do a comp or a comprehensive rough, and then you'll do the finished piece. I'm not quite sure where this AI journal falls. It's almost like a bunch of almost roughs that are in colour. So it's sort of beyond thumbnailing, and I'm really not quite sure how I feel about this as a process. It's something that, whether you are a traditional artist or a digital artist or an AI artist, it is something that everybody's probably going to use at some stage. And I'm trying to figure out how to use it as a traditional artist. The AI art that I see now, it's kind of impressive, but at the same time, there's nothing that really excites me. And this is a matter of taste. So as you can see, I guess what I like probably goes against the grain. And unfortunately for me, I want to keep making this sort of art. I want to make art with nibs and pen, ink, brushes, watercolour. I love doing that. I want to continue doing that. So at the moment I don't like AI because I don't think it's ethical to use the name of artists alive to train the AI. I don't like to see derivative works, but I think the exciting future will be if an artist has a program that it can train up to do that artist's style, and that will take a lot of the grunt work out of pieces. And even if AI does a fair bit of the work in the artist's style and the artist can then get in and do the fun bits, I'd be forking out money for that sort of a program. So where this is going to go in the future, I'm not sure. I'm hoping it's going to go a good way, because I can see it's probably one of the most exciting new things to happen to art. But at the same time, I think people are already hurt by it. It's already stealing people's style. And although that's not breaking copyright at the moment legally, just because there's no law against it doesn't mean that it's right. I'm hoping that we're going to change the law so we can use AI, but in a much more ethical way. Let me know what you think.